Welcome to our devotion time this morning, and I'd like to share from you Colossians, from the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 13, and it reads these words: Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Forgiveness is one of the major topics of life, Christian or non-Christian, by the way. It's one of the most sought after and searched for words, if you will, even on the internet. And for good reason, because forgiveness, I think, is a powerful tool for us as individuals to live with ourselves and also to live with one another. Let me explain that for a second. See, a lot of times when we get harmed and we get hurt, we like to, you know, just kind of coil up and hold that anger and that hurt inside of us. And we want to blame everything and everyone besides just the person that hurt us. And the truth of it is that hurt and pain that you have inside you is really only hurting you. This may be a news flash, but most often when someone hurts someone, they in many instances don't even realize they have hurt you. Maybe it's something said, flippantly. Maybe it's just didn't think it through before it was said. But yet at the same time, it hurt you. And that person may go on living their life normally, not knowing that they even hurt you. And yet you're the one who's holding that hurt in, that anger. That will eventually turn to bitterness. And you don't want to get to that point. Because then that's where you create so much stress and hurt and anxiety inside yourself over something that was probably not even meant to be. So that's really why I say forgiveness is for yourself. Let it go. You have to go and realize that when you hold on to such pain and hurt, you're the one who's just really destroying your own life. And that's unfortunate. Now, there's that other type of forgiveness that we need to have, which I think is really a tough one. That is the person who has literally hurt you. They did hurt you intentionally. They wanted to cause you pain and bitterness. And that's the one that's hard, because that could happen with someone that you love, someone that you maybe put all your trust in, and maybe they betrayed you in some way. Now, I'm going to encourage you, even in these situations, to forgive. Because again, that forgiveness is going to be for you and to go forward with your life. Now, let's make a little distinction here. When I say forgive, I'm not saying forget. I really believe in my heart the only one that can truly forgive and forget is God. Is God. He's the one. He's the greatest. He's holy. He's pure, without sin, and he can forgive and forget. What I'm recommending to you, when you go and forgive, you can let that go, whatever that hurt and pain, and say, hey, I forgive you. And when you know you truly forgive that person, it's this way, that when you think of that past hurt, you no longer have that bitterness towards that person. And that's what I mean when you can forgive, but even if you may not forget. It's like, when I think of whatever that hurt and pain was that that person did and say, oh, I maybe didn't really forgive that person because I still remember it. No, of course you do. You're a human being. Of course you remember. But the difference is when you remember it, you could see to yourself, boy, that really hurt. That really hurt me. But it feels so good to go on that you no longer remember it with vindictiveness and anger and pain. Do you see the difference? That's the big difference. See, remember this. The passage says, forgive as the Lord forgave you. Remember that. How many times have you sinned against God in thought, word, and deed? And yet God constantly forgives you. How beautiful is that? Let that be your role model when you have to deal with forgiveness. Now think of what Christ did for you. And now maybe that'll help you really forgive and let go of that hurt and pain towards another person in your life. Forgive as the Lord has forgiven you. God bless you and have a great day.